All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Detroit Lions rookie offensive lineman Tate Ratledge. Obviously, the Lions dominated Washington, and Ratledge certainly had his fair part in it, making a lot of big-time impact blocks, including some pancake blocks that I think you guys are going to really like, plus some smart play as well. We'll break it all down, as always, in the comment section below. Give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us, consider becoming a member of our channel. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's get started with some running game. There's Ratledge, of course, right there at right guard for the Detroit Lions. So we're going to get a split zone concept. The Lions are going to bring number 11 in motion this way pre-snap to try and get some flow from the linebackers and safety that way. And they're going to take Sam Laporta lined up in an H-back alignment across the formation to kick out the in-man on the line of scrimmage. Then they're going to have everyone up front run just standard zones concepts. So we're going to get a zone block there, base reach there. We're going to get zone working up there. We're going to get a double team right here with the backside scoop action. Ratledge right there cutting off the 2-eye and the tackle backside scooping as well. So this is one of these blocks. If you're in Ratledge's positions, primarily you want to try and reach this 2-eye technique. We call him a 2-eye because he's on the inside eye of Ratledge right there. But in all reality, this defensive lineman, being a professional defensive football player, he's going to work to not get reached. So in this situation, you got to keep running your feet, keep working. Ratledge does it, ends up pancaking the defensive lineman, impact block, burying him in the dirt. It's great to see. Let's check it out. There's a motion. There's a snap, inside handoff, decent little run. Let's look at Ratledge right here, guys, at the point of attack. Look at the right guard. Work the backside scoop, get help from Sewell, pancake. Love to see it. You know, one of the things I love about 58 is that he's working up to the next level. He's taking that wide scoop path, but he's going to wreck shop along the way as he works up to the linebacker. That's awesome from Sewell. That's why he's an all-pro. But how about Ratledge? Gets on this defensive lineman, keeps working, and pancakes him. Love to see it. Obviously got a little bit of help from his teammate, but I love the finish. I love the effort. Get on these guys and bury them into the turf. Look at that. Awesome. Impose your will. Guys, you put a 40 burger on the road against a team, right, you're going to have a lot of pancake blocks. You're going to have a highlight plays. Tate Ratledge, really good game overall. Run game, pass game. Obviously, as a rookie, he's got things to improve on, but boy, oh boy, when you see plays like this, working with 58 on the right side of this Lions offensive line, you can imagine a lot of pancake blocks. You can imagine a lot of 40-point games, not just the rest of 2025, but for many seasons to come. I mean, I could watch this all day. Great job by Ratledge. All right, for the wide copy, it looks just as good. Look at Ratledge right there in the middle of your screen. Gets in the defensive lineman, gets help from Sewell, and then buries him. I'm trying to figure out how much of this pancake block is just Sewell shoving this defensive lineman and how much is Ratledge. So I think Sewell gets his momentum going right there, gets him kind of teetering a little bit, and then right here, Ratledge recognizes that 58's gone, and he puts on the motor and buries him into the turf. And I love the finish. I love offensive linemen who run their feet and finish people. That's how you dominate, folks. That's how you set an attitude. That's how you finish off games in most cases. Ratledge has shown it all season, and he's showing it once again right here. All right, sticking with the running game, there is Ratledge, of course, at right guard for the Detroit Lions. We're going to get a gap concept now. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the linebacker. Sewell working out. We're going to get a double team right here, working up to the linebacker. Laporta working out. 14 inserting around. We're going to get a little motion right here, pre-snap to get a little flow from the linebackers and safety in that direction. And it's just going to be an inside run. Zero looking for a hole wherever you can find one. I want you guys once again to watch this double team with Ratledge, this time with the center. Not with Sewell. He's over here on his own, doing his own thing and doing it well. Watch these two guys get good movement at the point of attack, dent the defense. Great to see it. Let's check it out. There's the motion. All right, there's a snap. Inside run. Good crease. Breaks a tackle. Good effort by Zero. Really nice play. All right, let's look at Ratledge right here, right guard, double team to the center. You're looking for a little hip to hip, and there it is. Love that. Root him out of the gap. Nicely done. Create a crease, dent the defense. Look at this. Resetting the line of scrimmage. That's what we're talking about, folks. Great job by Ratledge. Driving, staying on him. Again, both these guys, they have their eye on the linebacker. Linebacker flows over the top. Center comes off. He's there to pick him up. Ratledge turns the defensive tackle. Nicely done. The only thing I don't like, and we talked about it on the previous play, is finish him. Right here, finish him. Right here he kind of stops and is looking around a little bit. And I get it. You don't want to draw a silly holding penalty or anything. So I understand where his head's at, and I understand wanting to play smart. But man, just finish him. Right there. Let me back up a little bit. Right there. Just keep moving your feet, Ratledge. Get your feet in the ground and bury him. I think you could have gotten maybe another pancake here. But they get great movement at the point of attack against a good player. Nice job by Ratledge. Nice job by the Lions offensive line. All right, from the wide copy, there's a motion. There's a snap. There's the inside run. Good crease. Nicely done. You can see Ratledge, again, middle of your screen right there. Look at this movement. get on this defensive lineman, root him up out of there. Look at the line of scrimmage, guys. Where does it start? The 21. Look at all these Washington defenders. Look where they end up to a man. Right, all walk back 2 to 3 yards. That's movement. That's denting the defense. That's physical football. That's Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions offensive football, and I love to see it. The best part about it, guys, it's sustainable. What happened against Washington, obviously, isn't a one-time thing for Detroit. This is something they have and will continue to carry over the rest of the season. All right, let's go with a little pass protection. There's Ratledge, of course, at right guard for the Detroit Lions. What we're going to get here is a little man-on-man across the board. We got 5 down here from Washington, which means we're going to get man-on-man right tackle, man-on-man Ratledge, center, left guard, left tackle, all man-on-man. And that's by design, right? Anytime a defense comes out with 5 defensive linemen, their goal is to create those one-on-one matchups. And they obviously thought, hey, listen, one of them we like is Ratledge, the rookie, on our defensive lineman, this wide 3 technique. But Ratledge handles him easily. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Here comes a blitz 2. Throws out in the flat. Big play for the Lions. All right, let's break down what Ratledge did here. Again, man-on-man on this defensive line. He goes inside. He picks him up. Good technique. I mean, this is so good, guys. Watch Ratledge technique, right? Good base, reacts to him, moves his feet laterally. Good hand inside. Good strong trunk. You can see knees bent. Shoulders parallel, hips parallel to line of scrimmage. He's not standing too tall. I mean, this is everything you want to see from a pass protection, from a technical perspective. I mean, this is good footwork. You can see how he keeps his lead foot up there a little bit, chops his feet, gets a good base, good anchor. I mean, everything you want is really good here from Ratledge technically. From a running game perspective, he's a mauler. He's a beast. He wants to drive people off the football and put them in the turf. But in the pass game, he can be a mauler sometimes, but he's gotten really good with his technique. That was one of his question marks earlier on in the season. Can he refine his techniques in one-on-one pass rush situations? And guys, he's starting to figure it out, like we see here. All right, from the wide copy, looks really good. Watch Ratledge just lock him down like it's nothing. Man, that's good ball. Remember, he's one-on-one, right? This is supposed to be a winning opportunity for the Washington defensive lineman. He can't get it done. You can see right there, good base, good hands inside. Maybe you can make an argument he catches a little bit right there, but he extends with the lockout right there at the end. Good position the entire time. Maybe he's a little bit high, but we're talking nitpicking to the extreme here, guys. He uses his feet well, uses his hands well, never out of position, never clicks his heel. Technically sound here from Tate Ratledge. All right, how about some smart, savvy plays from the rookie? And there he is at right guard, of course. We're going to get a downhill gap scheme. So it's by design a double team right here, working up to linebacker, base block here, base block here, base block here, receiver working up to the next level, base block here. Now structure, because it's a run primarily this direction, potentially could cut back this way, but it's supposed to be potentially in the A gap, that one, or that A gap over here. You would think the center is going to come off, right? You get a double team here, linebacker scrapes, the center comes off, right? That's normally what happens. In Washington, it's Dan Quinn's defense. It's how he likes to place. Tries to insert some volatility. So they actually fire this linebacker into this gap, thinking they're going to confuse the rookie guard because he's expecting the center to come off. But guess what, guys? Ratledge isn't confused. He picks it up. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Inside run. Decent little 4 or 5 yard run. Good finish. Good job by the running back. But let's look at this double team right here. There's a double team. There's the fire. Ratledge picks him up. No problem. Opens up the crease. It's an underrated play, guys, but it's really good stuff because you can see by alignment. Remember, the running play is supposed to hit basically following number 74. So with that in mind, if you go back to the initial start of the play, you can imagine if you're Ratledge, okay, running play is going to go over the left guard. I need to think taking over 97 while my center works on the linebacker. But when I come off on the double team and I see number 4 fire, he's ready to react and pick him up. The whole point here from Washington was that this rookie wasn't going to be smart enough, savvy enough, but you can see, maybe this is coaching. I mean, right away, he's looking at him the entire time. It's like he expects him to come. This must be game plan. This must be coaching, maybe on the sideline, or Ratledge is either a football genius, maybe all the above. Who knows? But this is a really good job by the offensive line across the board, especially on this double team, handling both guys, opening up a big crease for the Lions running game. All right, for the wide copy, get a good look at Ratledge right there. Again, picks up the linebacker, runs him up the field. This is nicely done, guys. You can see he's not fooled for 1 second. He's expecting him the entire way. A lot of young offensive linemen, I give them credit because right here they may be late to react, but they get a piece of them, just enough of them, and I say, hey, good job to react. Ratledge knew right off the rip. And this has to be coaching. This has to be Ratledge becoming a smarter, savvier player. Again, we're talking, a lot of games of NFL football at this point. It's still his rookie year, but he's played a lot of football at a high level for the Detroit Lions, and we're seeing the dividends emerge as he's starting to play like a vet. All right, how about a savvy pass protection play? And there's Ratledge, of course, at right guard. And what we're going to get here from Washington is a confusing, tricky play. So you can see Ratledge, he's going to be in this gap right there. The gap protection center's in this gap. The right tackle's in this gap right here. So he's expecting to pick up this defensive lineman. But he also understands there's a chance this defensive lineman goes away, and he could potentially be picking up this linebacker blitzing. What actually ends up happening is this defensive lineman goes away, he goes outside, this linebacker blitzes, but then he works this way. So the goal here for the defense is to pull the tackle that way, to pull Ratledge in the center that way into loop 54 around just like this. That's the design, but they don't fool Ratledge. The running back was there to help as well, but I'm really excited by this rookie's mental awareness. Let's check it out. There's a snap. Blitz comes, they pick it up, ball's out, move the chains, yards after catch, nice play. Let's look at Ratledge here. Look at this offensive line, right? 94 goes away. Okay, he immediately looks to his left. There's Wagner, and he's right there to pick him up. It's one of those things. You have to be there to help out your buddy until you know Sewell's got him. And you can see Sewell right there is like, all right, I got him. Okay, now I go look away. There's 54, and he would have been in perfect position to pick him up. Because you can see right off the rip, number 4's coming. He's not looking at number 4. That's smart. Number 4 is going right into the center's gap. But you can see Washington's design almost works, right? They see right there, hey, maybe we can get a crease. Maybe we can get a running back on a linebacker in a hole. Maybe that's a win for us. But you can see Ratledge, with help from Sewell, recognizes 54 comes and is in a position to pick him up. It's a smart play. It's a savvy play. It's a good play. It's a veteran play from Tate Ratledge. All right, for the wide copy, you can look at Ratledge right there at right guard. Recognizes, reacts, and he's there to pick it up. Good football. Let's give credit where credit is due for the Lions for trusting Sewell to work with this rookie. Because honestly, a lot of the smart plays and some of the impact plays are because 58, Sewell's right there to help him out. This is one of the reasons why Sewell's so valuable and he's worth every single penny. He's obviously a great right tackle in his own right in every phase of the game, run game, pass game. But how he has shown his teaching ability, his coaching ability, his coach on the field mindset, working with Ratledge, absolutely outstanding. You can see it right here. Gets a little handoff from his buddy, right tackle. Ratledge works over, picks him up, results in another chunk play for the Lions, guys. That's how they operate. It's one of those things. Has it been absolutely perfect for Ratledge and Pass Pro? No, we'll show something next about something he needs to work on. But I think overall, really good job for this Lions rookie. All right, quick break in the film review. Look, I was taught to break down film by my college coaches at the Division I level. All the players are. It's just a fact of playing football at that level. And I want to take this opportunity to give you guys, the average fan, more opportunities to get that insider knowledge of how the game is taught at that highest level of college football. I created a checklist, a step-by-step guide for you guys, 100% free. That's based on how I was taught to break down film by my coaches and that I use today to create these film reviews. There's a link in the description box below that'll take you right to it. I really appreciate it if you guys decide to get it. Again, 100% free, just trying to share information to you guys, stuff that was taught to me by my coaches. But without further ado, let's get back into the film. All right, let's talk about something Ratledge needs to work on, and it's playing in space. And there he is right there at right guard for Detroit. So what we're going to get here is a split zone concept. Tackle's working out this direction, Ratledge going here, center working over here. Tight end's going to come across the formation to kick out the in-man on the line of scrimmage. Everyone else is backside scoops. Running back's taking the handoff and going this direction. So right here, you can see the key block is going to be Ratledge, and it's the center right there on that defensive lineman. This tackle has a good angle to kind of wash out number 24, get him out this direction. That means there's going to be a lot of green grass here to operate, which means the linebacker has a lot of space to cover, but a lot of space to work with. If Ratledge can get a hat on a hat, this has a chance to be a big play. Can't quite get it done. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's a handoff. And Ratledge's guy, 54, makes a tackle. Again, this is a veteran player. That's Bobby Wagner, right? It's a good football player, so credit where credit is due. But this is something Ratledge needs to work on. When he gets out in space, he kind of misses sometimes. So he's good, miss. And again, that's a good player, so I'm not blaming Ratledge too much. But I think what happens is he wants to, because he's a mauler by nature, throw his helmet into the chest. And I was this way when I played college football. I was all about putting my helmet in somebody's chest and driving them. And I think Ratledge, obviously he's 1,000 times better than I ever was. I think he's got that same mindset. I think he wants to get on this joker and just drive him around the football field like we've seen in other plays in this film review. And I think he just misses there. It's one of those things, if you use your hands and strike and then bring everything else, it can be successful. I'll give you a great example of this. Look at the center right here who actually works up to the next level before it's all said and done. See how he strikes with his hands? That's a really good job right there. Backside scoops are really good. Wow, the left side of this offensive line, I want to give some credit where credit is due. They cut off 94, they cut off the defensive end, allow the center to work up to the linebacker, backside linebacker. That's awesome. You can see right here, I mean, this is a touchdown if they get a decent block there from Ratledge. Can't quite get it done, but I think if he plays more like the center here going forward, and based on some film study, no reason to think he won't improve. I think he'll handle this block in the future. All right, for the wide copy, let's watch Ratledge again. Work up to the next level and just miss. Ooh, that's tough. But you can see, right? Good position, good position, good position. And just, he wants to get his helmet, his hands into his chest. He wants to get on him and move him, right? He wants to play in a phone booth. He wants to double team people and maul people. And I get it. I love the mentality. But when you're out in space, you need to be a little bit more controlled. Look at the center, working his hands, striking the linebacker. That's more what you're trying to do. You can see this from the wide receivers, actually. Watch how they get up to the next level. Hands, strike. Now, obviously, they have easier assignments, but the reality is, I think Ratledge, in some situations, not all, but in some situations, like we see here, if he adopts that mindset of using your hands and striking, get your hands on him, and then start running your feet trying to drive him, I think he'll be more successful. And I think watching the film, he'll improve on this. All right, let's end on some great run blocking. There is Ratledge, of course, at right guard for the Detroit Lions. It's going to be a standard zone concept. We're going to get motion pre-snap this way, and at the snap, we're going to get action that way. It's the Lions. They love motion, and they're smart to use it. And we're just going to get standard zone blocking. Base reach here, zone double team here, working up to the linebacker. Zone scoops on the backside. Running back's just going to take the handoff and go north and south wherever you can find a hole. Again, I want you guys to watch Ratledge. Want you guys to watch the center here. Watch the movement they get on this double team, and then Ratledge throwing the linebacker out of the hole opens up a huge crease for the running back to hit. Let's check it out. There's the motion. There's the snap. There's the movement. There's the crease. Big hole. I mean, look at this dent in the defense, guys. Look at 94 and 54 for Washington. I mean, they're completely blown out of the way. Linebackers, 30 yards. He's in the wrong zip code, right? They play this game still in Virginia, right? Is that where Washington Stadium's in? Because I think he's in Maryland. It's a little DMV geography for you guys. Maybe the stadium is in Maryland. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm bad at geography. But I tell you what, Bobby Wagner, nowhere close to the play here. That's for sure. Because Ratledge recognizes, reacts, gets his hands on him, and drives him out of the hole. Talked about on the previous play how he wants to get his helmet and hands into the chest of players and move them. This is what we're talking about. This is how he wants to play, and he's darn good at it. Just completely lifts Bobby Wagner, the linebacker, the All-Pro, out of the hole. They get 94 moved out of there. Look at this crease. Nice run for Detroit. I mean, that's a huge hole. NFL defense to get a hole like this. Nice work by the Lions offensive line. And that's what we've seen all season for the most part, and that's what we saw on Sunday. This Lions group, when they're clicking up front, this is an unstoppable offense. Jared Goff playing well, receivers playing well, Dan Campbell taking over play calling duties. Guys, this Detroit offense is very quickly becoming a championship-level offense. People love what Seattle is doing, and it's a good offensive football team. But when I watch Seattle play and I watch Detroit play, even though the Seahawks have the highlights, this Lions team, led by rookies like Tate Ratledge, are much more efficient, much more methodical, and I think that will be critical for them down the stretch.